Hi, I'm Sandy Allnock, President of Operation Right Home, and I'm here with an important bit of news, and that is that we are going to switch from 3 shippers to 2 shippers in 2013. We're going to be starting this in 2013, and we are going to need the cooperation of the nation in order to make this happen and keep things running smoothly for our heroes. So I'm bringing you a little Q&A today. Our wonderful shipper Caro is going to be moving, and we need to dial down her cards as she finishes out 2012. She only needs Valentine's to finish up the boxes that she has to nail in November and December, so please only send her your lovey-dovey cards. If you would like to send her some, please email her from the mailroom page at the website, and you will be able to get her address from her. We've removed it so that we don't have people accidentally sending her other themes and she ends up stuck with lots of cards at the end of her term. There's a lot of expense, training, and setup involved in getting new shippers onboarded at Operation Right Home. And some things we've seen on the horizon, I kind of want to wait and see how things play out as 2013 gets underway. We've gotten fewer requests this year than in the past, and I want to see if that trend is going to continue to go down or if it's going to pick back up at some point. If it's going to continue on a downward trajectory, Chris and I have gotten our shipping down to a science after all of these years, and we think we can handle the volume that we're going to be needing. While we have had fewer folks requesting cards, we've also had a lot fewer cards sent in. At the end of 2011, when the drawdown in Iraq happened, a ton of people thought that all of our heroes were coming home and didn't realize we still had people in Afghanistan. So if I had said we had some fewer requests, we would have had a lot more people drop off. As it is, we're serving about 120 units with a box of cards every 5 to 6 weeks, instead of nearly 200 every 5 to 6 weeks. That is a drop, but it's not a drop to nothing. During many months of the year, we ended up with so few cards, we started stretching the time between our boxes. So instead of refilling somebody at 5 weeks, we had to wait till 8 weeks to restock them. Here's where it gets messy. I've spent some time analyzing the numbers and looking at the map and figuring out where all the cards come from. And if we divide the country around the Mississippi River, then everybody east of the Mississippi sends to Chris in Kansas, and everybody west of the Mississippi sends to me in Washington. I know that's weird because Chris lives west of the Mississippi. However, that is about how it looks like the numbers break down, so I want to try to keep the cards even between us if at all possible. Clearly, if you're sending non-flat rate packages and you live right near Chris, it's going to make the most financial sense for you to ship to her directly. However, if you're sending flat rate boxes, they go for one price to any place in the country, no matter the weight of the box. So if you were able to send them to me, that would help relieve some pressure from Chris. Otherwise, she's going to end up handling the cards for 2/3 of the country, including the Midwest and the East Coast. So I would love for you guys to try to abide by the Mississippi as the boundary, and we'll see how that plays out. We may redraw that line at some point if it looks like we're becoming imbalanced. The biggest thing you can do is send in fully finished cards. That means packages sorted by themes, no triage needed, nothing falling off the card. That means they're stamped on the back, and that means they're tucked. I'm going to be on the tucking bandwagon now more than ever before. The East Coast has traditionally sent in 2 to 3 times the number of cards that need tucked with their envelopes than anyone else in the country. And with the increased volume as well, Chris is going to be overwhelmed with labor needed on these cards. I have local volunteers who can help. Chris does not, so it's only her. I've been considering for a long time saying that all cards must come tucked. With Heinrich Envelopes as one of our best partners, it's really easy to be able to say, I now ask you to send in your cards with envelopes. Heinrich Envelopes is such a great partner for OWH. They offer us a coupon code that gives us a discount on the envelopes themselves, as well as waiving the small order fee. And though you have to buy 1,000 envelopes, that brings the cost down to 2 to 3 cents per envelope, including shipping. That's crazy cheap. When our cards can be valued at $2, $3, $5 sometimes, asking you to add 3 cents of value to that by providing your own envelopes and having them tucked does not seem like that much to ask. I know this economy is tight, but we all spend so much on our paper and our adhesive and all those other items that we put on our cards. Just take some of that money that you would have spent on another pack of paper and buy envelopes once. That 1,000 envelopes is going to last you a long time, and it makes your donation for our heroes complete. Stay tuned to OWH TV, because Heinrich had so much fun sponsoring a prize of 1,000 envelopes, including shipping, that they want to do it again sometime. You won't want to miss out on the opportunity to win some for free. Chris and I will be continuing to ship, and we are going to take on Caro's contacts. We have a robust database that tells us who needs what when, and we are going to continue with uninterrupted service as we take on her heroes. We're going to proceed full throttle, making and recruiting beautiful cards as long as our heroes are fighting for us overseas. So please keep on making great cards, take your time on them and do them really beautifully. Recruit those donations from your friends who want to support our heroes, and get all that Any Hero mail from schools, scouts, churches, and workplaces. And believe me, I'll tell you when it's time to stop making cards.